Hi, middle school. Mrs. Mines here. It's great. I can't see you, but it's great that I'm talking to you. Hope all is well and you're excited to do some art. So for middle school, we will be creating, and I think you remember that we did this, or we didn't do this project, but I showed it to you quite a while ago, and I said we were going to do this project. Of course, we're going to do it to fit you, but since we can't do that because I'm not sure if you have big enough paper, we're going to do a small version of it, and it's to make Japanese kimonos. And what you're going to need is 2 pieces of paper, a scissor, a pencil, and color pencils or markers, whatever you wish to use. The kimono was originally made in 1603, and then it evolved to a unisex garment. And it depended on how wealthy you were or how much money you had. So the style, the technique, and the color explained who you were. So of course, if it had gold threads through it, or big appliques on it, obviously you were wealthier. But everybody wore that, men or women, and if you look at it, it looks like a basic robe. That I'm sure everybody has a basic robe. So these are really easy to make, and we're working in color and design. So what you're going to have to do is take 2 pieces of white paper, and I'll show you right now, like this, just 2 pieces like this, okay? And what you're going to do, I've already cut out one, which is like this. So I'm going to try to hold this up like this. And you're going to cut out from the paper. So what I did is I, of course, made kind of a sloppy copy, you know me. And then you can either open it up like this and trace it. So you just trace your form. This is a pattern. And we've done a lot of this, how to work with patterns. Or you can just do your own drawing on this paper and cut it out. And you remember how I always told you, if you want to make duplicates or triplicates of things, you just put a little piece of Scotch tape over here, and you put the 2 pieces together like this. So I'll start from the beginning once again. I will put this paper onto here, and I will trace it. I won't trace it, I'll just cut it because it'll go quicker. And so I'll just cut the paper right here like this. Of course, it won't be perfect because I'm not sitting down flat on a table, but you get the idea of this. Okay, and so we cut it like this. Whoopee. Yay, almost done. Probably a little crooked, but that's cool. And then we also have a little neck piece, right, for the opening, just like a robe. Do you see the little neck piece? So, once again, that's only cut on one of these papers. So, here I've cut the papers, okay? I take one of these, and I draw a little neck, and then I cut the neck out. I'm in my daughter's room right now, but what I'll do is move this into my dining room table so I can show you stuff a little bit better. So I have 2 pieces right now, just like this. And you can see that the front is the one with the cut neck. So what we do now is we take the back piece and we put it aside, okay? we take the front piece and we start working on a design. So here are two samples of designs. And so here's our little paper piece. And I'm so sorry we can't do this full length. I was going to give you big rolls of paper at school so you could do it to fit you and then we could all wear it. But we'll try that maybe when we get back to school, because that would be kind of cool and you could parade around in your kimonos. And so we have this now, and if you look at this, it's kind of, the design is balanced. So you notice that the patterns fit into each other. You can design whatever kind of pattern you would like. So if I put this here, what I would suggest you do is you put a line through the center of this. Very lightly, very, very lightly. And then you start your design. So if you're doing something, say like this, then it would be on the other side also. And you can get as intricate as you want. I don't know if you can see this because I'm holding it up in my hand, so it's hard to press on it. So then maybe I want to create something like this here and something like this here. The Japanese always use a lot of butterflies, flowers, because they love their gardens. So if you notice what I'm doing. So you can keep creating stuff. And all of you are so talented that I'm sure you'll come out with phenomenal design work. I mean, you can look at the dress I'm wearing, and I could just draw all of this on here and add some other stuff. Hopefully you took your art boxes home and you have some markers, because this looks really cool in markers. So you have the front. So you make your full design on the front, however you want to do it. So here is this design, and here is this design. Now you notice when you look at this design, you see the inside of the kimono. So in a way, it's kind of like you could reverse it. You could turn it inside out and you have a different design. So if you notice here on the ends of the sleeves, they incorporated the same design that is in here. They incorporated it on the sleeve, which is really cool, because you notice they kind of use specific colors. They didn't go overboard with every single color. But they continued to use the green on the inside, and they continued to use the pink and burgundies, and a little bit of the blue. This looks just like a little border, which is really cool. So, but they used a totally different print on the inside, which you know how much I love that kind of stuff. So, and the same thing with here, although we can't see the inside of this, but I can tell they've only used two colors on here, and this is the inside of it. So the inside is, and they use gold, as you can see, gold marker on here, and the inside appears to be green and orange. So you probably have a whole different inside. This was actually at a art gallery that I went to see, and they had all these beautiful kimonos up. Also, I wanted to mention that everyone can go for free. If you go and look up free museum tours all around the world, you can actually click into any museum you want to walk into, and they'll give you a guided tour through the museums, which is really cool. You can do children's museums, you could do Victoria and Albert in England is one of my favorite museums, and you can actually tour the whole inside of the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the Metropolitan Museum. There's museums everywhere, and it's quite fun just to sit and put on your computer and take a tour through these beautiful, beautiful pieces of artwork. It just went black.